Allow. I'm normally abnormal, trying to act normal, whereas if you don't like my act, all I could do is quit my acting and be my normally abnormal self. Oh yes, quit your acting, boy, you're not acting right, learn to be real. Oh, so you want me to act freely real for you, do you? What if I'm not really real? Ah, it's a reality attack. The normals are coming. Everyone, run, hide. No, wait, it's too late. There's no time. Let's put on our sky disguises and see how long we can act normal for normal before normal realizes that we have mental illnesses. And then we have to feel and deal with their stigma and how they don't realize that they have a problem with that kind of thinking. And then in the dark ages of mental illness, we were recommended not to have relationships with other mental illnesses due to all of the possibilities of contradiction, science fiction, irreconcilable differences of opinions, heated debates, anger, rage, reality arguments from all of our mental illness personality conflicts. Where, oh boy, do I ever feel like I was so very lucky to have ever found a conversational relationship with anyone, anywhere, anytime. Due to our broken brain disability, inability to become equality, conformity, acceptance to someone else's conformity, acceptance, fear of being cast out of their free society, reality, travesty. And I'm still asking, why should I mind being cast out of a travesty? Really, I can best understand this as those who walk with God walk out of step with the world, as we are not of the world yet in it. We are not of the flesh yet in it. Where perhaps this would be a good time to explain that I use the word sky as a Jewish or Christian heaven or a Native American going to the happy hunting grounds. The science does not have to believe in eternal spiritual life because it has not been proven. I'm one of those with an active religious center within my mind who believes that, well, okay, fine, if I'm wrong, then when I'm dead, as science calls it, I'll never know. But I believe when I'm right, I'll be more prepared than any of them new arrivals just now discovering it's true. As I do thank all the taxpayers for the less than a penny I get from each of you each year for my broken brain disability, inability to become equality, conformity, acceptance to someone else's conformity, acceptance, fear of being cast out of their free society, reality, travesty. Still asking, why should I mind being cast out of a travesty? As we began our free on the job training study program course, of course, free societies, realities, travesties of stigma, of mental illness in late 78, I stayed irate just after receiving my orbit adult label. Were therefore for the next 15 years labeled as manic depressive. I considered myself a maniac who occasionally got depressed. And then in 93, you see, they added to my label bipolar disorder, where I began to follow this order of a study of a realm of opposites, creating contradiction, science fiction, irreconcilable differences of opinions, heated debates, anger, rage, reality arguments from personality conflicts, creating all of the family feuds, fights, societal and nation wars. As when I was told I was avoiding reality, just for them to have used the word singularly, like that already told me that more than likely that their reality is smaller than mine. As when defending my reality's reality, I prefer to start with a piece of paper, memory face on a $100 bill, Mr. High as a Kite, gold key on a string thing, thunderstorm, lightning rod, General Electric fascination, a Big Ben, helped London Bridge fall down, great-grand forefather, clockwise, 4 eyes, stoned out of his mason mind, Franklin's stove invention, glass harmonica, independent freedom of speech, hypnotist, diplomat, question the realities of his time, as in which many different separate realities were you referring to, as in how many different separate realities are you aware of, as in there has to be at least as many different separate realities as everyone with at least one, and then how many different separate societies are you aware of, and how many different separate societies are you a member of? Do you have societies that you remain separate from due to all of the possibilities of contradiction, science fiction, irreconcilable differences of opinions, heated debates, anger, rage, reality arguments from the personality conflicts? Are you sure one of them isn't disguised as you, studying you to play with their kind for humor later? Or even worse, an enemy study of an enemy, planning a future war? It's a catch-22 reality, no way to win a world reality, no way to escape a world reality. As in 93, you see, when I filed for Social Security, that country was complaining about the decay in our societal moral standards, and where my mother had taught me that it is wrong to sell a gift, and where all my abilities are gifts from God means that it's wrong to work for funny money, honey, the great grand illusion of grow up and face reality. As I'll admit that coins and bills are things, but the value is imagined. As can you imagine, you have been taught to imagine that money has value, but don't imagine any more than accepting that you can't change it. And the moment you accept that you can't change it, you stop trying to change it, and the majority accepted it. And as long as such a majority rules, it's not going to change. But this doesn't mean that I have to accept it. As if I accept it, then I become a part of the problem. Of ignorance of the truth is no excuse. That the United States of America's government has not a single legal document proving you ever bought the land from God, and therefore have never had the right to tax anybody, anytime, anywhere, anything. In God we trust. Well, we must bust a gut and live free or die and believe in the miracle that we are still alive. As if they don't need me, why do they continue to feed me? As much as I hate money, I do accept donations and can be a good hypocrite, spending it on whatever is felt as needed at the time. As I spent my life working for nothing, expecting nothing in return, and believe me, I have nothing to show for it.